Welcome back to Royals Show. Today we are talking about William and Kate's move and why a former royal butler believes it could be a sign of massive change to come. So, subscribe to the channel for more new videos. William and Kate's recent house move has sparked major discussion among royal watchers, and according to former royal butler Grant Harold, it could signal a turning point in how the monarchy operates in the future. He explained that this move may not just be about finding a new home for their family, but rather part of a much larger plan connected to Windsor Castle. The late Queen Elizabeth spent most of her time at Windsor towards the end of her life. King Charles also uses Windsor a great deal for important state matters, audiences, interviews, banquets, and visits from world leaders. While Buckingham Palace remains under extensive renovation, parts of it are still usable, yet the king appears to be avoiding it. That raises questions. Why is Buckingham Palace being sidelined? Harold believes the answer may lie in Windsor Castle itself. Windsor Castle has always carried a spiritual connection to the monarchy. Built originally as a fortress by William the Conqueror around 1070, shortly after the Norman conquest, it transformed into a royal residence during the reign of King Henry I in the 12th century. In contrast, Buckingham Palace, which many people think of as the traditional royal home, only became the monarchy's main residence in 1837 under Queen Victoria. That means Windsor holds the deeper historical and symbolic weight for the royal family. Harold predicts that we might be witnessing the beginning of a plan to gradually move the royal court permanently to Windsor. Such a change would be massive. Buckingham Palace could shift from being the beating heart of royal life into something closer to a cultural landmark, much like the Palace of Versailles in France, open year-round to visitors and tourists, but only occasionally used by the royal family for grand state occasions. There are also practical reasons for this shift. Windsor offers more greenery, fresher air, and less pollution compared to central London. Traffic is lighter and the privacy is greater. For William and Kate's 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, Windsor means fewer paparazzi encounters and more freedom to live a somewhat normal life. Windsor also holds emotional significance. The Queen is buried there alongside Prince Philip and the Queen Mother. For the family, Windsor is not just another residence, but a hub of legacy, memory, and spiritual grounding. For William and Kate, raising their family close to this heritage may be both symbolic and practical. The couple has now settled into Forest Lodge, not far from their previous home, Adelaide Cottage. But what surprises many is that despite their royal status, William and Kate are expected to live with far fewer staff than the traditional royal setup. They will reportedly take care of most daily tasks themselves. Former royal butler Harold, who briefly worked for William and Kate, is not surprised at all. He recalls that during his time with them, the couple was extremely hands-on. They were modern, practical, and didn't lean on staff the way the late Queen Elizabeth did. Of course, there will still be a housekeeper, as a property of that size requires maintenance. But beyond that, the couple is likely to continue doing things for themselves. If there's a state banquet, an official dinner, or a grand event, extra staff will naturally be brought in. But in everyday family life, it will just be William, Kate, and their children living as close to a normal family as possible. Harold emphasizes this point by saying they really do their own thing, and that hasn't changed over the years. This reflects a broader trend in the royal household. Even King Charles has slimmed down the number of staff compared to the late Queen's era. Queen Elizabeth was known for having an entire army of attendants. Charles, William, and Kate are now demonstrating a more streamlined, modern approach, fitting the 21st century. So what does this mean for Buckingham Palace, the traditional symbol of monarchy? According to Harold, it may no longer remain the beating heart of royal life. Instead, its role could evolve into something more public-facing. Visitors from around the world might be welcomed throughout the year, creating a Versailles-style experience that also generates revenue for the monarchy. At the same time, major state events, such as coronations, jubilees, and large banquets, could still take place there. But in terms of daily life and the royal heartbeat, Windsor might become the central hub for the monarchy moving forward. This would be a historic change, one not seen since Queen Victoria made Buckingham Palace her base nearly 2 centuries ago. The symbolism here is powerful. By choosing Windsor, William and Kate are embracing tradition that stretches back almost a millennium, while also adapting to the modern world. Their move reflects a blend of heritage and practicality. They want their children to grow up with as much privacy and normality as possible, but they also want to root them in the deep spiritual home of the monarchy. Harold himself expresses this instinct by saying, "I just get a funny feeling." It may sound casual, but from someone who has lived inside the palace walls and worked closely with senior royals, such instincts often carry weight. He believes Windsor truly is the future of the monarchy. The move also shows William and Kate's determination to carve out their own path. They are balancing the heavy traditions of royal life with the needs of a modern family. They don't want to be surrounded by endless staff and constant formality. Instead, they prefer to raise their children with a hands-on approach, teaching them values of independence and responsibility, even within the rarefied air of royalty. For the monarchy as an institution, this could represent a quiet revolution. The focus is shifting from grandeur and ceremony at Buckingham Palace to something more family-centered, spiritual, and historically rooted at Windsor Castle. And while Buckingham Palace may never lose its grandeur or importance, it may soon be seen more as a historic landmark than the living heart of the monarchy. Harold predicts that this transformation could even generate funds for the royal family, as tourists from across the globe will pay to see the grand rooms, halls, and gardens year-round. In the end, William and Kate's move may not just be about convenience or lifestyle. It could be part of a broader reshaping of what monarchy looks like in the modern era. A balance between history and progress, tradition and change, duty and family. And as Harold reminds us, Windsor Castle has always been more than just walls of stone. It has been a fortress, a sanctuary, a spiritual center, and now perhaps the future home of the monarchy itself. So what do you think about this move? Is it simply about raising their children in peace, or is it truly the beginning of a royal shift from Buckingham to Windsor? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear, William and Kate's decision is already being read as a powerful signal of the future of the monarchy. The royal butler's reflections on his remarkable life of royal service are available now in his new book. Stay tuned for more updates on this story and other royal news. Thanks for watching Royals Show. Don't forget to subscribe for more.